It's the first anniversary of the Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health Organization decision by the Supreme Court. This was the Supreme Court decision that last year on June 24th overturned Roe versus Wade. So, Jonathan, I think this has been a very exciting time for the pro-life movement. I certainly, if you had told me, really, I think if you had told me the day before Donald Trump was elected in 2016 that Roe v. Wade would be overturned in my lifetime, I would have said you were crazy. And as luck had it, Donald Trump won the 2016 election. He got to nominate 3 Supreme Court justices, including replacing Anthony Kennedy and Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and Roe v. Wade is now overturned.
And John, I will say it's kind of crazy to me because I know that our friends on the left are usually much more hyperbolic about any time there's any conservative advance. They're like, oh, the sky is falling, it's over, blah, blah, blah. And I think you and I and a lot of conservatives are much more jaded. We're like, yeah. You know, we'll see what happens. But I do remember one of my progressive friends, after Trump got elected, he sent me a message, and he's an interesting progressive guy. He's not really pro-life, but he's kind of nominally he's not a hardcore abortion activist. He said, "Wow, well, congratulations, you guys are going to overturn Roe v. Wade." And I was like, No, there's no way.
There's no way that's actually going to happen.
I'm like, come on. And I remember saying that in November of 2016, being like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I appreciate the sentiment, but...
And probably up until Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, I would have continued to say that that's a ridiculous thing, because basically I wasn't... And in fact, that turned out to be true. We didn't quite have the votes on the Supreme Court to genuinely overturn Roe v. Wade until
Justice Roberts,
because of Justice Roberts, exactly. Until Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away, and her, flipping that seat from an obvious upholding legal abortion to Justice Barrett ultimately joining with the majority to overrule Roe versus Wade. That was so critical. Now, because of the overturning of Roe v. Wade, a large number of states, basically. Almost everything south of the Mason-Dixon line, from kind of Texas east, has passed laws to severely limit legal abortion, as well as a number of other states. Now, we've had a number of roadblocks. A number of states like Kentucky and Kansas had state ballot initiatives to restrict abortion defeated in very disappointing ways. A number of other states have had their attempts to overturn outlaw abortion stymied by their state Supreme Courts, of all things. But
most recently, we just saw it in Iowa. Of all places.
Iowa, exactly. However, so many states have passed laws to limit abortion, and tens of thousands of fewer abortions have been happening in those states as a result. So we're not going to know the full numbers for another couple of years and the total impact, but I think it has been massive, and it's really hopeful that we can actually fight this fight. That'll do it for Right to Life Radio. We'll see you next time on Power Talk.